Imagine waking up to the news that two of the most powerful forces in the Middle East are on the brink of nuclear war. Sirens blare over Tel Aviv and Tehran as the world holds its breath, watching a high-stakes showdown unfold between Israel and Iran. The question isn't just if one will strike the other, but when and how devastating the fallout will be for the entire region, and possibly the world. Stay tuned with us to discover the underlines of this hyped Iran-Israel warfare. The tension between Iran and Israel is like a fuse waiting to be lit, a silent but deadly countdown where every move inches us closer to catastrophe. On one side, Israel, the self-proclaimed guardian of the Middle East with an arsenal of up to 90 nuclear warheads hidden beneath a veil of secrecy. On the other, Iran, relentlessly advancing its nuclear program despite a barrage of international sanctions and suspicions. While Israel maintains its policy of strategic ambiguity, the unspoken truth is that its nuclear power could be unleashed at a moment's notice if it feels an imminent threat.
I have a message for the tyrants of Tehran. If you strike us, we will strike you.
Iran's nuclear ambitions have brought it dangerously close to that red line. If they haven't already built a warhead, experts agree they are alarmingly close and could be getting help. The mere possibility of Iran receiving covert assistance from Russia or North Korea transforms an already tense situation into a geopolitical tinderbox. Imagine a hidden network stretching across continents, connecting Moscow, Pyongyang, and Tehran in a pipeline where technology, enriched uranium, or even fully assembled warheads are discreetly funneled to Iran, bypassing international oversight. This isn't just a localized arms race, it's a ticking time bomb that has the potential to drag superpowers and regional allies into its blast radius. You may wonder how, despite extensive sanctions, Iran could challenge Israel, which wields significant influence over the global superpower, the United States. This is where Russia steps in, acting as another key player in this complex geopolitical chess game. Historically, Russia has maintained strong economic and strategic ties with Iran, especially in sectors like energy, defense, and nuclear technology. For Moscow, an empowered Iran, armed with nuclear capabilities, could serve as a counterbalance to US and NATO interests in the Middle East. This influence could stabilize Moscow's regional leverage, especially as Russia navigates its own tense relationship with the West. In a worst-case scenario, Moscow's assistance to Iran could take the form of advanced nuclear technology or training, disguised as legitimate energy cooperation, but ultimately intended to support Tehran's clandestine goals. North Korea's potential involvement is equally alarming. As a rogue state with nuclear ambitions operating outside the global order, its covert ties with Iran could shift the balance.
Hours before America votes for its new president on Tuesday, North Korea fired short-range ballistic missiles.
Speculation suggests Iranian scientists have observed North Korean missile tests, and technology exchanges may have occurred. For Pyongyang, an alliance with Tehran could mean access to oil and financial support, possibly in exchange for missile technology or nuclear assets, transforming this relationship into a dangerous lifeline. Together, the involvement of Russia and North Korea could accelerate Iran's timeline for nuclear development far beyond what international agencies currently anticipate. The result could be an Iran suddenly capable of producing multiple warheads or equipped with missiles that could strike far beyond the region, effectively catching Israel and the West off guard. This kind of unexpected leap in Iran's nuclear potential would not only send shockwaves through Israel, but could prompt preemptive action from Tel Aviv, fearful that a nuclear-armed Iran would fundamentally alter the balance of power in the region.
Israel says that it's preparing to retaliate for a missile strike launched against it last week by Iran.
Just as Iran's pursuit of nuclear capability today raises fears of a regional power shift, Israel's own covert journey into the nuclear arena decades ago reveals the lengths to which nations will go when survival is at stake. The story of Israel's nuclear arsenal reads like a shadowy thriller, with whispers of espionage, hidden deals, and audacious heists. Decades ago, at the height of the Cold War, when alliances were shifting and nuclear power was a secretive, jealously guarded privilege, Israel was determined to secure a means of survival at any cost. In the small Pennsylvania town of Apollo, within the walls of a nuclear fuel processing plant owned by the Nuclear Materials and Equipment Corporation, NUMEC, a mystery began to unfold. Enriched uranium, the precious, highly guarded material needed to create nuclear weapons, began disappearing. First, it was a few grams, then pounds, then kilograms, enough to raise serious alarms within the US government. While explanations ranged from accounting errors to accidental contamination, the real question was whether this lost uranium had, in fact, been stolen. As US intelligence agencies dug deeper, an astonishing theory emerged, one that could forever alter America's relationship with its closest Middle Eastern ally. Whispers grew louder, and the NUMEC affair began to reveal what looked like a covert operation, one in which Israeli agents may have managed to funnel enriched uranium from American soil to fuel Israel's nuclear dreams. The alleged diversion was no mere theft, it was a high-stakes gamble. The acquisition of enriched uranium from the US would have allowed Israel to bypass years of complex enrichment processes, propelling it into the ranks of nuclear powers with a speed and stealth that stunned American intelligence agencies. As investigators probed, more questions arose than answers, leaving the public and even some in the intelligence community in the dark. Israel's alleged role in the disappearance of this uranium remained unconfirmed but haunted by suspicions, fueling what became a lingering Cold War legend. The implications of this shadow operation, if true, are staggering. This covert uranium heist may have laid the foundations of Israel's modern-day nuclear capability, a force that many believe to be in the range of 80 to 90 warheads, an arsenal capable of reshaping the entire Middle East. Built on the edge of secrecy and survival, Israel's nuclear program has always operated in the shadows, neither confirmed nor denied, hidden but never far from the minds of its rivals. For Israel, it was a necessary deterrent, a secret weapon, an insurance policy in a region surrounded by hostility. If Israel detects Iran nearing nuclear capability, we could see history repeat itself. But this time with stakes far beyond the 1981 strike on Iraq's reactor, or the 2007 Syrian operation. A preemptive strike on Iran's widely dispersed and heavily fortified nuclear facilities would throw both countries, and the region, into chaos. Iran, feeling cornered, could retaliate ferociously, pulling the entire region into a vortex of violence where the unthinkable becomes reality. In the hours before dawn, as the world watches with bated breath, the fates of Tel Aviv and Tehran may hang on a razor's edge. But here's the ultimate question. Could this crisis ignite a conflict involving not just the Middle East, but superpowers far beyond? Or will diplomacy intervene in time, averting a flashpoint that could ripple across continents? The next move may be unfolding already, hidden in plain sight.